Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Corporate Socialite Budgets. In today's video, I will be rolling over my December budget. For starters, there has been several updates in my world. So in the last video, I was on vacation for Thanksgiving with my family. And now I am still in Florida. My mom is actually back in the hospital. So it's been a rough week or so. I basically had to cancel my flight, and I probably will be working virtually in Florida until we kind of get a better understanding on her road to recovery. It's just kind of been a roller coaster ride as far as emotions and things of that sort. And also now she has been heavily sedated. She has an infection that pretty much has her in and out of the operation room to remove dead and infected tissue from her leg area for the most part. So I will be now taking on her budget and also the household expenses, just to ensure that nothing lapses while she's in the hospital. And right now my dad, he suffers dementia, so he really has never really been the person to take point on expenses. So I think I will start another segment of my channel, and I guess I would call it like the 305 Miami budget, just so I can make sure that my mom's bills and our overall household bills stay on track while she's away. So I still am trying to kind of identify all the expenses that take place at the house. I've never been the person either to really take point on expenses when I was back home, but now that I pay bills on my own and have a good grasp of budgeting myself, I think that once I figure out what all needs to be paid and like the cadence in which they're paid, I can ensure things get in order. And as of now, I have her banking information, which fortunately enough, she shared a lot of the details of this prior to her going into the hospital this time. So I think I have a good grasp of what's going on there. So stay tuned. I think I will start to document the budgeting process for my hometown as well, because my mom actually has never had a budget, and I used to be like, Mom, you need a budget. So just keep my family, please, in your prayers. This has been a journey for us all. We just need the strength and overall healing on our end. All right, so I'm going to jump right into things. I'm going to basically move my monthly rollover into my ready to assign and start to assign my expenses that way. And as you guys can see here, I have made it to the 22-day age of money. I don't even know how that happened. I think just with her going into the hospital, I really wasn't spending anything. I pretty much was just heads down the entire week, just trying to understand what's going on, as well as just kind of staying in my little shell until I figure out, what all needs to be done. So maybe that's a good thing as far as not having to spend at this point. All right, so I'm going to move this to my ready to assign. Okay. So before I budget out anything, I do want to tap into my credit card pay down status. So I kind of took a break on presenting the pay down status, especially once I got into a space where I felt like I had paid down most of the cards. But I do need to keep sight of credit card debt, especially since I've been accruing a lot over the past couple of months or so. So at this point now, Fifth Third is completely paid off, as well as Capital One. That was my November goal. So I did accomplish those, paying down both of those cards. So now Discover is paid down about 14%, and my Chase Sapphire is paid down about 31%. So those will be probably the two that I target moving forward. And then I still am kind of determining what my December financial goals are. I don't really know what Christmas is going to look like just for my family. So I don't know, there may be gifts being spent, or maybe some of the Christmas money that I've been saving may go towards something else. I'm not sure, but of course I will keep you all updated during the course of the month. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, I think I have enough money to do this, which is to put $25 toward each card. And of course, the cards that, did that work? The cards that are completely paid off, such as the Capital One and Fifth Third card, that money will just roll over into Discover. But I do like to just segment it out separately, just so I'm aware and don't get confused on how much money goes where. All right, I'm going to close my sinking funds down, and then I'm going to tap right into my rent, which is $750. Actually, my monthly payment, I've been paying recently about $24. This is for my sorority, and each year we pretty much host a scholarship for the students at our alma mater. Now, I think we've reached the point in which we're going to launch the scholarship this year, so the monthly payment might go down. I'm not exactly sure, but I will keep tabs of that. I'm going to assign the remainder of this, because I kind of let my energy bill roll over from last month, which I shouldn't have, but it should be $182.10, and I'm going to just subtract that from what I already have, which is $128 budgeted for energy. And okay, so that looks good. Car note, car insurance, and renter's insurance, even Spectrum Internet, should all be the same. Okay, and this needs to be actually $69.99. Okay, so I don't have to worry about parking, but actually, now that I think about it, right before I left Ohio, I did enroll into my employee parking garage, which is about $70. Oh, I'm lying. It's not $70. It's $150 a month. And I did have it set up now where my HSA, or the parking savings account, will now start to deduct a portion of my paycheck tax-free to cover parking. That doesn't come into effect until December, so I still have to pay for November's parking, which is $150. But at this point now, I didn't have that already allocated into my 1 month ahead, so I'm going to set a target of, let's just say $155. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm going to just do half of that right now, and then as I get paid next week, then I will allocate the remainder, because I don't want to overspend or over allocate than what I actually have for each bill at this point. And then also gas, I'm going to do $50. So now I'm just driving my mom's car for now, and of course my car is still back in Ohio, so this is my means of transportation, and I still need to, of course, pay for gas. And her car is bigger than mine, so it does take a little bit more gas than what I'm used to, but I think $50 should be okay. All right, and then my normal expenses here. So let me just go through this and make sure everything is the way it should be. So I shouldn't have Fifth Third interest this month since the card is paid off. I still have Audible, which I probably need to consider just pausing because I have so many credits. I'm not reading or listening to the books fast enough. ADT Security, that's my hometown security system. My dad had a moment where he was walking out of the house and getting lost a lot, so I did have it set up where cameras were installed throughout the home, so that's obviously needed. Discover interest as well. Amazon Prime, HP Instant Ink. Okay, I think everything should be good. I don't have Capital One interest this month. Curology. Okay, so I'm gonna just do spent last month. I think that should be accurate. This is not accurate. The Chase Sapphire interest, I'm gonna do $30. So I think that's what it will be. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to touch this red flag here for stuff I forgot to budget for, just because this is my month ahead budget right now, and obviously that doesn't allocate for that. Alright, so I may not have to spend too much on groceries now that I'm here. I'm going to do fun money, food on the run, and I'm going to do what I underfunded. Okay, so I've already tapped into my food on the run, so I need to slow down. Debt payments, ooh, I forgot about that. Okay, I gotta hold off on that as well until I get paid. So as you can see now, I'm just allocating for expenses that I already predetermined the month prior. So anything that's currently a red flag at this point will just have to come out of my actual paycheck, which I will receive next week. So if there are red flags this budget, I'm just kind of giving myself the grace for that and going to account for it in the next budget. But I'm still going to account for the beauty services since I allocate for that anyway. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it. I'm going to put 25 here. Alright, and everything looks good for the most part. I probably will just add I can probably add the $2.59 to a credit card. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in many more videos. I plan to create the 305 budget soon. I'm still gathering all of the information that I need regarding different income sources, as well as the various expenses and where they are, and also how much they are. So that's one thing that I'll be working on in the coming week, as well as budgeting my actual paychecks and ensuring that my Ohio expenses are also maintained. But thank you all so much, and I just kindly ask that you keep my family in your thoughts and prayers, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.